Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and fight fans of all ages? It's your boy Johnny Boom Boom Bravo here, MMA journalist, host of the John Bravo Experiment on YouTube here, another channel dedicated to the sport of MMA. I am in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for UFC 149, Jack the Hammer Hermansson versus Ronaldo Jacare Souza. Now, this is a middleweight bout. Souza's number 4, Hermansson's number 10. So we're going to start there. I'm not going to do too much of the analyzing because obviously I'm here to see the fight. I'm minutes away from the stadium. I just got done with a little, I missed the early prelims, but I want to get there for the prelims. So look for some of the content there on my channel as well. You know, Souza's 39, he's 6'1", he's 26-6, he's got 1 no contest. He has great striking, just as Chris Weidman, just as Derek Brunson. He was able to come right through the guard and make contact with them and put both of them to sleep. However, a lot of people overlook the fact that he has a 6th degree black belt in jiu-jitsu. His jits level is way higher than at least Hermansson is in this fight. So as far as advantages go, it's Jacare's all day. Hermansson has proven me wrong. I have doubted him in a lot of his fights, and he's proven me wrong, especially in that David Branch fight. I think he made a lot of moves forward in terms of mentality, in terms of confidence, and he is got a lot of momentum behind him. However, you know, his keys to the fight, he's going to want to use a jab and try and keep it standing before he implements this grounded pound. Everybody knows that that's coming. He's going to be aggressive with that, okay? Because you want to get Jacare, this Brazilian jiu-jitsu artist, as sweaty and as tired as possible before you bring him to the ground. I honestly think it's going to come down at that point to who's stronger, whose muscles can stay strongest the longest in a case like that when it ends up on the ground. It's going to be a great game of chess, using their body parts as pieces. I'm excited to see it. Hermansson might be better off on the feet because I think when I looked at it, he has a 5.5-inch reach advantage in the hands and in the legs. But remember, the only losses on his record are due to subs. He did take a beating on the feet in the stand-up department from Thiago Salves, La Majeta. But who wouldn't? That guy's just an animal. But we're here to do predictions. So my prediction is Jacare doesn't do a lot of talking on the social media platforms. So what he does is he handles his business in the cage, and I think he is due, and he's mad that he's been overlooked. He's due for his shot at the title, and I know in my heart he's going to win this fight. He's going to find a way, the experience. He's better on the feet, and he's better on the ground. Okay, and that's the first fight. The second fight, not so interesting. Let's be honest. I mean, this card, there's been better cards. I came all the way from Miami, Florida. I drove that 45 minutes to come here to see this fight. But it's a good card altogether if you're a fan. The second fight is Greg Hardy versus Dmitry Sokolov. Two not too well-known guys. Hardy, known for a lot of bad stuff, a lot of good stuff. Former football player. Dimitri's been doing MMA, most of his life. Both coming off of a loss. Dimitri's basically fighting for his job here. The thing is, Hardy is 6'5". He's 265 pounds. The dude has an 80-inch reach. And if you watched him on the Tuesday Contender Series, he's got huge KO power. But he does tend to seem to fade in the later rounds. My advice to him would be to try to get a little jab going, before he throws that overhand right, to try to get a surprise, because that's his tool, that's his go-to. That overhand right is just unstoppable. He's going to have to work on his takedown defense, because that is where Dmitry is going to try and take the fight. He's got a wrestling background. He's from Russia. Those guys are just born wrestlers. I think he's going to be able. I think he's going to be able. He's going to be stronger. He's going to be able to take him to the ground. So he needs to work on that takedown defense. He is strong, but it is going to come down a lot to who is stronger. Dimitri's way more experienced, so there's that. And I think he's fighting for his job. Greg Hardy just doesn't. His mentality doesn't seem to be there. I think Dimitri's going to win by sub in the later rounds. That's that fight. Not much to say about the rest of the cards. You got Cowboy, the nice guy, Oliveira. He's 5'11". He's got a versus Mike Perry, who's a very exciting fighter. Oliveira's 5'11". He's got a blue belt in jiu-jitsu in Brazil. In Brazil, those are usually a higher respected places. 76 leg inch reach and 75-inch reach. Both of those are about a 5-inch advantage over Mike Perry. Now, Oliveira, he's gonna have to do whatever he can to keep him away. Use that advantage. Use that 5-inch reach advantage. Do not brawl with Mike Perry. Keep your back off the cage. Circle side to side. Use combos only towards the later rounds. Try to keep him at bay with the jab. Do what Ponzinibbio did. I think he laid out the blueprint for the guy. Unfortunately, I love him, but now he has gone to a better gym and trained with better partners. Obviously, that has a lot to do with it. He lost to Cowboy in his last outing, but let's be honest, it was more due to a mistake. I think he's stronger. His keys to the fight: don't chase him. He's better. He's more patient. He's better defensively responsible. I think he's more experienced. I think he's going to work that. I think he's going to work his jab, but you should just use your jab. But since you have such a smaller, such a disadvantage, you just need those to mostly hide your takedown attempts or your entrance into the pocket where you live. Okay, because if you can get inside the pocket on Oliveira, he's got nothing for you. But I think the experience of Oliveira, he's going to be able to take you to a decision. He is going to dance around just like Ponzinibbio did, and Mike's coming off of a loss, so he's desperate. So he's going to be very aggressive, and I think overly aggressive. And it's going to be he likes to brawl too, but I think it's going to be to his disadvantage. Mike's going to be looking to finish. Cowboy's going to be looking to score. That's basically, to me, what's going to be the story of that fight. Then another less interesting fight: Glover, 28-7, number 11 versus Ian Cutelaba. There's no physical advantages I could see as far as I would say like a height advantage or a weight advantage. Obviously, we've got an experience advantage. I think the keys for Glover is, obviously he wants to protect his chin. All of a sudden, Glover has lost his chin, but use your boxing experience with the peekaboo style. He's gonna wanna come in. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, not a lot of people know this, but he's a second-degree black belt, and in this fight, that's going to be his biggest advantage. Cutelaba is going to come in hard, aggressive. He's another guy like Volkanovski who's just good everywhere. He's the new breed. I think he's going to be stronger than Glover coming into this fight. Now he can box. I think he likes to be in the pocket, and I think he's got a better chin than Glover. But, if you can avoid that, avoid that. However, I think that's going to be the key to the fight. It's going to be used nothing less than 4-punch combinations. I guess you're better at the 2 and the 3-punch combinations. Of course, guys, all MMA guys, work your jab. There's 7, 8, 9 different types of jabs you can use, and those will open up all kinds of different things. I'm going with Cutelaba in this one. I think this is the biggest fight of his career. this cracks him into the top 10 of his division. I'm looking for him to knock Glover out in the first or the second round. I don't think Glover cares as much about his career right now as Cutelaba does. Then you've got John Lineker versus Corey Sandhagen. I don't know how this fight happened. I don't know who talked Sandhagen into this fight. But it is the biggest fight of his career. The only thing he's got going for him is a reach advantage. Keys to the fight for him, obviously he wants to keep it standing. John, too much experience, great wrestler, great boxer. I think he's stronger. Lineker, John Lineker, let's just go ahead and say my pick. John Lineker, any way he wants, any round he wants to do it in. Now, one of the more interesting fights I'm tuning into, or I should say, I'm interested in, because I'm actually going to be at this one, is Roosevelt Roberts versus Thomas the Lion Gifford. If I was giving out nicknames, this guy would be Fabio Gifford. I mean, he looks exactly like Fabio. Roosevelt's new, coming off the Tuesday Contender Series. He's 7-0. Thomas Gifford is 14-7. Roosevelt's a great striker, good wrestler. His keys, he wants to keep it on the feet. Definitely. No, anytime he gets put down, he needs to get back up, because Thomas Gifford is 14-7, but 12 of his 14 wins are submissions. The guy is a jiu-jitsu specialist. Stay away from him on the ground. Me personally, I don't know if it's my love for the jits, but I'm going with Thomas. I'm going with Thomas. Not only for that, he's more experienced. I'm thinking any way he wants, choke, triangle, armbar in the first rounds when they're not so slippery, and then he can do anything. Then he gets limited. He can do anything he wants at the beginning, and then it gets limited towards the end. So towards the end, you're going to see an armbar or a triangle. Thank you for tuning in. This is the John Boom Boom Bravo report on 148. Remember to tune into my channel. It's the John Bravo Experiment. John Boom Boom Bravo. The link will be in the description. All right. See you at the fights. Peace.